everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document and also category wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 26th of November 2021. Starting with very first question. India's first Fisheries Business Incubator, that is LINAC NCDC Fisheries Business Incubation Center LIFIS, was inaugurated in which city? So a long question to digest first of all. So the Union Minister of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Mr. Purushottam Rupala, has inaugurated India's first dedicated fisheries business incubator known as this LINAC NCDC Fisheries Business Incubation Center in Gurugram, Haryana. So it basically aims to encourage initiatives among the entrepreneurs, providing them support in the fisheries sector to move towards self-reliance. So the incubator costs nearly 3.23 crore rupees, and in total there are around 30,000 cooperatives in the fisheries sector. Okay. Now apart from it, World Health Organization has declared AMR, that is antimicrobial resistance, as one of the top 10 global health threats. And this year, during the World Antimicrobial Awareness Week, which was celebrated from 18th of November to 24th of November, a campaign was launched named as Go Blue, and it aims to raise awareness on AMR, which basically occurs when microbes such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, etc. do not respond to medicines, which makes the infections difficult to treat. Okay. Now apart from it, every year the International Day for Tolerance is observed on 16th of November by the United Nations, and Public Service Broadcasting Day is celebrated on 12th of November. Also, World Post Day is celebrated every year on 9th of October to mark the anniversary of establishment of Universal Postal Union in the year 1874, and the theme for this year was Innovate to Recover. Okay. Question number 2. Which actor is the recipient of Indian Film Personality of the Year Award at the International Film Festival of India 2021? So actor and BJP leader Hema Malini has won this award, and Union Minister for Information and Broadcasting Mr. Anurag Singh Thakur has recently made this announcement. Also, he announced the award to the lyricist and former chairperson of CBFC, that is Central Board of Film Certification, Mr. Prasoon Joshi. Now apart from it, Pochampalli, which is a small weavers hamlet in the state of Telangana in the outskirts of Hyderabad, has recently bagged the Best World Tourism Village award that is given by National World Tourist Organization. So the village is known for silk sarees and cotton fabrics, and these fabrics have traditional geometric patterns in the Ikta style of dyeing. Okay. Now apart from it, the Tripura Education Department has recently launched the Mother on Campus initiative to improve the academic performance of the students. So here, biological or legally authenticated mothers can stay with their children on the campus to include a sense of security among the children and to benefit the academic performance of the children. So mothers of children staying in state-run hostels and boarding schools in Tripura can now stay with their kids. Okay. Now apart from it, the Union Minister Smriti Irani has recently released her novel named as Lal Salam. So it narrates the tragic killings of 76 CRPF Jawans in Dantewada in the year 2010. So it is a kind of tribute to the persons who are facing the challenges in the Red Corridor, and it is scheduled to be released on 29th of November 2021. Okay. Question number 3. Who is the chairperson of the RBI working group on digital lending? So working group on digital lending chaired by Jayant Kumar Das, who is the executive director of RBI, was set up in January 2021. So RBI published the report on its website and has sought comments from stakeholders by 31st of December, and the committee also suggested creation of a nodal agency to verify the credentials and legislation of controversial digital loan applications to prevent illegal lending. Now apart from it, chairman of SAIL is Soma Mandal. These are actually some of the recent appointments. Then our new Director General of Border Security Forces, Pankaj Kumar Singh. Chief Justice of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh High Court is Pankaj Mittal. Then 5th President of Estonia is Alar Karis. Then former SBI Chairperson Mr. Rajneesh Kumar has recently been appointed as Economic Advisor to the state of Andhra Pradesh, and Anita Anand has recently been appointed as the new Defence Minister of Canada. Can you tell me who is the new Prime Minister of Canada? Please write in the comments. And Vartika Shukla is the first woman chairperson and MD of Engineering India Limited. Fine. Question number 4. What is the rank of India in the Trace Global Bribery Risk Index? So India has slipped to 82nd position in the year 2021 in this particular index, and it is released by Trace, which is an anti-bribery standard setting organization, and India slipped 5 places down from the 77th rank last year. So this list basically measures business bribery risk in total 194 countries, and as per this year's data, North Korea, Turkmenistan, Venezuela and Eritrea pose the highest commercial bribery risk, while Denmark, Norway, Finland, Sweden and New Zealand present the lowest risk. Okay. Now in the previous lecture we have seen that India is the second largest producer of footwear and leather garments in the world, and exports of leather, footwear and leather products have reached to $3.67 billion during 2020-2021. Now apart from it, as per a latest report by McKinsey and Company, China has overtaken the USA to become the richest nation in the world, and the report stated that global wealth had nearly tripled over the last 2 decades, and China has accounted for almost 1/3 of the staggering rise in the global wealth. Now, a few days back we have seen that USA has categorized India as a country of concern on climate in the assessment of the American intelligence community in its report called as National Intelligence Estimate on Climate. So now India is in this list along with 10 other countries, and which are these? Afghanistan, Haiti, Colombia, Myanmar, Pakistan, Iraq, North Korea, Honduras, Guatemala and Nicaragua. Okay. Now you have to tell me what is the India's rank in the Global Food Security Index. Many times I have told you. So please write your answers in the comment section. Question number 5. Which organization leads the World Philosophy Day every year? So Philosophy Day is observed on the 3rd Tuesday of November every year, and this year it is observed on 18th of November. So this day basically promotes an academic exchange of philosophy for the development of human thought, and this day was initially established by the UNESCO in the year 2002. So this year World Philosophy Day was celebrated under the theme named as different interactions of human beings in their social, cultural, geographical and political environment. Okay. Now in the previous lecture we have seen that India has recently been re-elected to the Executive Board of UNESCO for a term of 4 years, that is from 2021 to 2025. And this Executive Board of UNESCO is one of the 3 constitutional organs of United Nations, and members are elected in it as per the General Conference. Also we have seen that recently UNESCO has designated Srinagar as a part of UNESCO Creative Cities Network, and this is the 6th city to achieve this honor after Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Varanasi and Jaipur. Now apart from it, researchers at Indian Institute of Science, that is IISc Bangalore, along with a research team have identified potential blood-based biomarkers to predict disease progression and survival times in those with late-stage brain tumors. So the team analyzed tumor and blood samples from individuals to identify the surface proteins on immune cells in the blood whose levels were closely linked to the tumor progression. Okay. Question number 6. Garbine Muguruza, who won her first WTA finals title recently, is from which country? So she belonged to Spain and she has defeated Annette Kontaveit from Estonia. So do remember that she is the first Spaniard to win a WTA finals title, and this win will also place her as world number 3 at the end of this year, and Czech pair of Barbora and Katrina defeated Chinese pair to win the WTA finals doubles title. Fine. Now already we have seen that the 71st Grandmaster of India is Sankalp Gupta and 72nd Grandmaster of India is Mitrabha Guha. Also recently, India's Manoj Shah and T. Reith Rishya bagged the men's and women's singles title in the ITTF Ecuador International Open Table Tennis Tournament. Not only this, India's Manika Batra and Archana Girish has recently won the women's double title at the World Table Tennis Contender Lascaux 2021 event. And in the Billie Jean King Cup, Russian team has defeated Switzerland to win it. Okay. Question number 7. Which country inaugurated the first Global Innovation Summit of the pharma sector? So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated the first Global Innovation Summit of the pharma sector via video conferencing. And this 2-day event was attended by more than 40 national and international speakers covering a range of subjects such as funding for innovation, industry academia, collaboration and innovation in infrastructure. Okay, so correct answer is option number A. Now apart from it, the Stop Soros legislation, which was seen in the news sometimes, was passed by which country? Actually this was passed in the year 2018 by the Hungarian Parliament, and it outlawed helping the illegal migrants apply for residence inside the country with punishments of up to 1 year in prison. So this legislation was supported by Prime Minister Victor and his ruling party Fidesz. So recently the European Union top court has ruled that Hungary's move to criminalize support of asylum seekers infringes the European Union law. That's why it is in news these days. Okay. Now apart from it, the 32nd edition of India-Thailand Corpat between Indian Navy and Royal Thailand Navy was held recently. And you have to tell me, Konkan is the exercise between which two countries? Also in the previous lecture we have seen that Indian astronomers have recently developed an algorithm that can actually increase the accuracy of data from exoplanets. So now it can be used to study the environment of exoplanets with more accuracy. Okay. Question number 8. Which city is set to host Wings India 2022, the exhibition on civil aviation? So Hyderabad is scheduled to host the Wings India 2022, which is the flagship biennial exhibition on civil aviation. So it will be organized from 24th to 27th of March 2022 at Begumpet Airport, Hyderabad. And Civil Aviation Minister Mr. Jyotir Aditya Scindia inaugurated the curtain raiser event, which will also feature a global aviation summit. Now apart from it, recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated Bhagwan Birsa Munda Smriti Udyan cum Freedom Fighters Museum in Ranchi via video conferencing. Also, India's first food museum has recently been inaugurated at Tanjore in Tamil Nadu, and the museum has been developed jointly by Food Corporation of India and Visvesvaraya Industrial and Technological Museum at a project cost of 1.1 crore rupees. Now 2-3 months back we have covered this news. I think you have to tell me the first orchid conservation center of North India was inaugurated in which particular state. Please write your answers in the comments if you remember. Question number 9. Honavar, where the first sanctuary for marine animals is to be inaugurated, is located in which state? So Karnataka's first sanctuary for marine animals is set to come up at Honavar, and the Karnataka State Wildlife Board has approved the creation of this sanctuary. So this will be inaugurated next year by January, and the creation of sanctuary is aimed at strengthening the focus on the conservation of marine animals, including olive redley sea turtles, which breed on the coastal belts of Honavar and Kundapur. Now apart from it, the first water plus city in India is Indore, which is also the cleanest city, and the second water plus city in India is Hyderabad. So this means that just like Indore, Hyderabad is also treating its wastewater to satisfactory levels before releasing it into the environment. And do remember that Andhra Pradesh is the only state in the country to have more than one water plus city. For example, it has Greater Visakhapatnam Municipal Corporation, Vijayawada Municipal Corporation and Tirupati Municipal Corporation. These 3 big urban local bodies are among them. Okay. Also recently, Supreme Court has ruled that Indian Railway must pay the compensation to the passengers if train run late. That is, Indian Railway has to pay a compensation of 30,000 rupees to the person who misses the flight because of delay of train. Okay. Now you have to tell me, when do we celebrate World Rabies Day? And also don't forget to tell me what was the theme for this year. Now coming to last question, which union ministry has set up a full-fledged sustainable development cell? So Ministry of Coal has established a full-fledged sustainable development cell, and the cell has been set up to advise, mentor and plan action to minimize the adverse impact of mining. So this cell is formulating future policy framework for environmental mitigation in coal and lignite sector of our country, and Coal India Limited and its subsidiaries has already started the related works. Now apart from it, the Creating Synergies for Seamless Credit Flow and Economic Growth conference was organized by the Finance Ministry recently, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the concluding session of this 2-day symposium, and it was attended by representatives of various industries, banks and financial institutions. So this conference basically aims to remove friction in credit flow to the productive sectors of the economy that has been hardly hit by COVID-19 pandemic. Now apart from it, Union Ports, Shipping and Waterways Minister Sarbanand Sonowal has announced the revised Model Concession Agreement 2021 for public-private partnership projects at the major ports. Also, he announced that 31 projects of over 14,600 crore rupees will be awarded till 2024 to 2025, and there are more than 80 public-private partnership projects in the sector with investment of over 56,000 crore at various stages. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Meenuzat Sana signing off.